All right. I'm all right now. I'm back. Okay, this is for the other half. All right. Whoever I was feeling before, boy, oh boy. All right, but this is for the other half, okay? For a whole another half, right? These people never care. These people never cared, right? They were faking it from the beginning, okay? When people are, some people are jealous of you and they don't even know. It's just like everything about you makes them jealous. Everything about you, like the way you dress, it's crazy. It's crazy because they'll be jealous of you of everything about you, the way you wear your clothes, like your style, the way you talk, your hair, the way you wear your hair, and you could take care of their hair too. Like I cut my ex hair, I took care of him. I cut his hair, make sure he was groomed, everything. Yet he was jealous of me, but started trying to dress like me and would regurgitate things that I taught to him, and said to him, and would yell at me like, "You can't teach me." But would speak the same things that I would speak to him. He would speak it back to me like he came up with it. And I'd look at him like, "Why are you telling me that like it came from you?" You know what I'm saying? Mirroring me, practicing. Then he would go to work and say these things to other people like he practiced them when he didn't. It's one thing to learn something from somebody and yeah, regurgitate it and actually be practicing it, doing it. But it's another thing to be trying to steal somebody's essence and just to act like them. But underneath, you're somebody else and you're doing other things, wickedness. Like, you become who you're around as well. Like, I'm not going to get too deep in what I ended up doing and partaking in, not knowing, right? I should have caught on to it right away, but not knowing that it was coming from him because I was around him for so long. I started his energy started because you swap energy when you're around somebody 24/7. You swap energy, so I started leaning towards some of the things that I didn't know he was doing in his secret life. Mm-hmm. I started leaning towards some of those things, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, I never did this shit before. Excuse my language. I never did this before. Like, I wasn't doing this before. Like, why the hell am I put? And then in the middle of it, I'll be like, I don't like this. I don't like the way this feels. This ain't me. But he was all good with it, right? The only reason he stopped doing it is because I would leave the environment and, because it just didn't sit right with me. I didn't like it, right? But it was coming from him. Not knowing that secretly at the time, not knowing that secretly this is what he was doing in his secret life when he was away from me. Yeah. And then when you stop doing that, like when you come back to yourself, that jealousy just rises up again. They want to bring you down to their level. They want to bring you down to what they do. So they can say that you're just like everybody else, that you're just like they are when you're not. You're above that because you're riding with Christ. We're riding with Christ. Not saying that we're better than people ourselves. No, I'm not saying that, right? But when you're talking about on sides, they're on the side of Satan. We're on the side of Christ. So, yes, in that sense, we are better. In that sense. right? We choose God, not the devil. Like, what does it? What is the profit of man to gain the whole world and lose his soul with empty, guilty pleasures that feel good in the moment, but afterwards you're just as empty as you're even more empty than you were before, and you just walk around and you carry that, and you just keep doing it and doing it and doing it until you're in an empty vessel. You're soulless. Everybody got a piece of you, and they continue to get pieces of you. It's like a piece of meat that dogs fight over. You're the piece of meat, and dogs are just tearing you apart, except for the dogs are demons. Ripping your ass to shreds. And people get so comfortable in that they love that. They accept that. STDs, that's normal to them. They don't mind going to get a shot, popping a couple pills. Or they don't mind passing it around to other people because they don't give a damn about themselves. So why would they care about who they lay down with? It'll be better for them if they had a group of 7 or 8 people to just have a big old orgy with. You know what I'm saying? Like, when your spirit is not that way, that shit don't sit right with you. It don't. Sorry, excuse my language, y'all. It don't sit right with you. Like, there's just, I can't explain the feeling that you get in the presence of evil like that. All these different, it's just, it don't sit. It don't. Why? Because that's not who you are. That's not who I am. Right? And you know what? I'm convinced, right? You're always gonna love that person, right? Because even it wasn't real for them, it was real for you. Okay, let's get that out on the table right now. Let's just nip that in the butt. All right. So we ain't gotta go back and forth in our minds when we're alone, right? And especially when they try to do witchcraft on us, because they will play on that. They'll play on the love that you have for them. They'll play on your heartstrings for them. Okay? To have you going back and forth like this. Like, oh, and wanting them to come back knowing they're never going to come back. Usually they only come back when they see that you're starting to move on, or when they think that you got somebody else coming in the picture, right? Which will never let them know. Okay? It wouldn't know, no matter how much witchcraft they do or divination they do. Okay? They're not going to know who's in the picture, who knew was in the picture. Except for by they might be. Sorry, I just gave myself away. Anyway, they might be able to tell by the glow that's in your face, right? To the glow that's on you. Sorry. I mean, okay, I gave myself away, but normally, usually, they're not going to be able to tell who's in your life. All of a sudden, they want to get jealous and come around. But jealous for what? Because they don't love you. They don't love us. They just want to come back and cause havoc and wreak havoc. Well, no, somebody better than you is here. You were the one blocking the way. You couldn't act right. You had to lay down with every damn body you came into contact with. Sliding in everybody or letting everybody, No. I'm just like my God is jealous. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I don't like to share my person with nobody. And a person that likes to be shared around like that, hell no. You don't deserve to be with me. You don't. Like, what the hell? You don't deserve to be with me. I ain't about to be laying next to nobody that's everybody else is having a piece of. The hell? What kind of shit is, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Let me. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's nasty. That's nasty. Real talk. That's nasty. All right? Point blank period. I don't give it. I don't care It ain't that much fun in the world. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's nasty. It's nasty. Swapping bodily fluids with just random people. Oh, fucking nasty. It's nasty. Anyway, they never loved you. They never cared. Okay? I know I spoke to a certain half before. I'm talking to the other half, right? I'm feeling their energy. I'm feeling that energy. They never cared. They never cared. Their families knew who they were, that they were like the way that they are. When you went over there for family functions and stuff, they knew that the type of person that their son or their daughter or whoever this person was, they knew. They knew. And there was probably somebody at that Christmas party or that Thanksgiving gathering that they was eyeballing then, or that they was secretly sleeping with then, that was around you. I'm telling you, they had you around people that they were sleeping with and mixing and mingling with, and you had no idea at the time, right? But you started paying attention to God showing you the red flags, right? Especially after you started catching them, looking in their phone, doing all of this, but you gave them chances to see if they'll change. But after you started noticing that they weren't, you cut it off. They didn't expect you to ever cut them off. Never. That's where the narcissistic injury came from. Then they started going to slander your name all over the place, even though they were doing that a little bit at a time over the course of the time you were together, setting that up already. But they really did it when you cut them off. Tried to slander your name, ruin your name, and all this and that. Was basically telling everybody that you were doing everything that they did. Anybody that would listen, they were telling everybody that would listen that you were doing exactly what they did. And you know what's happening now? They're catching hell and karma and God's wrath for lying on you, for doing all the hurtful things they did to you, for sexually abusing you. Some of them, they sexually abused you because they knew that you told them that you were sexually abused as a child. I was sexually abused by my ex in my sleep. In my sleep. Everyone, one of the times I talked to him, I was like, let him know. I was like, I still love you, I still care about you. And then, you know what they said? Give me a fake. I still love you too. And I think about you just to wondering if you're okay. You know why I said that? See, they'll tell on themselves. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. That means whatever on a person's heart is going to come out their mouth. It said, I think about you just thinking about if you're okay, or right? They want to know that you're not okay. They want to know that you're doing bad because that makes them feel good, right? And then the next thing he said, oh, I don't hate you or nothing. He said, do I feel a certain way about how things happen? Yes. Do I feel a certain way about what was said? Yes, I do. But what was said was the truth. What I had said was the truth. That's the only thing they have a problem with. When you tell them the truth, they get upset. When you tell them the truth, they get offended. They're offended by any damn thing anyway. They're offended by just you being yourself. Right? Now they're feeling hell. Now they're catching all types of hell. The progress that they had when they were with you, that was because of you. That was because of us. Yeah, that was because of what God put in us. Because whoever's with us or around us, even our neighbors, they get blessed because of us. So they were getting blessed, right? They were coming up, right? And they got high and mighty while they were doing curses and doing all the other stuff to keep you down. And then they started looking at you like, who the hell are you? Like, you're not good enough for me. And all this stuff, high and mighty on a damn high horse. After you done took them out of a bad situation, after you done been there when they needed you, right? 2 times they was hurt and down and everything. You done been there. I'm talking about you been there. Bend over backwards for them. They never told you thank you. You made dinner for them. You washed their clothes, did their hair for them. You did everything for them. They never told you thank you, not even showed appreciation to you. They would never show you appreciation. Never. That's jealousy. That's jealousy. Now they're suffering because your glory has left them. The moment they decided to start cheating on you and doing you wrong behind your back, the moment that they just decided to start doing that, the clock was against them. Karma was against them for what they decided to start doing. As soon as they made that decision in their mind to start doing you dirty, it was against them. And God let them, after you broke up with them, or they left you, it doesn't matter. But after you broke up with them, God gave them a couple weeks, maybe a month or two, maybe, right? Until all your substance came back. They started revealing to you everything over time, because you had to heal, right? Can let you know everything at one time. It would have broke you too much, right? But revealed everything, and also allowed you to look back at situations and revealed what was going on in those situations, and let you put everything together. Then why we're able to give these prophetic words, right? Because we went through it. Right. Okay, so these people never cared, right? These people took your love for granted and were jealous of you. Did not have to be. What I'm talking about, did not have to be. You adored them. You did. You adored them. You loved them. Man, I was about to say unconditionally, which we did. We loved them unconditionally, but it should have been conditionally, because we ain't Jesus. We ain't God. God only does that. Take heed to that. From now on, you love people conditionally. There are conditions to our love. You can't just do whatever you want to do. Now, a lot of us told them that we'll be loyal to them. Like we'll be. They took that as we'll be here and we'll put up with anything that you do to us. No, this is the kind of thinking that they have. Like, what the hell will make you think that me loving you is just gonna make me stay here and let you do what you want to do to me? Especially when I catch on and I know what you're doing behind my back. No, that's when you start playing. You start playing along, and start still playing dumb because you want it. You want answers. Play along. Play along for a little bit so you can get all your answers. Get everything that you need to get. That's if you're having a hard time leaving them, do everything that you need to get. Right. Play along and get all the clues. Get all the receipts that you need. All of the stuff that and let it build up so that you get sick and tired of it. You get sick and tired of it. I let him get to the point where he disgusted me. I let it get to the point where he disgusted me to where I couldn't look at his face anymore. Because if I didn't, I would have stayed a little longer. Because I loved him, right? But I found out more and more secretly, right? Okay. And I'm telling you, it came to the point where it made me throw up. The last stuff that I found out, well, after I put them out, the last stuff that I found out around that time made me literally throw up. Love it. Made me throw up because it was so disgusting. So disgusting. So disgusting. I've never been with nobody like that. Never. And I'm upset that I loved this person the way that I did. I am. To this day, I'm upset that I loved this person the way that I did. Because the disgust and the filth that I found out, it was just too much for a person to eat. It's like, it was just too much. So this person never cared, right? They weren't the only ones that were, there was others behind the scenes that were, others, the supplies, but they weren't grade A. you were the only grade A, right? You were the one holding all the other things that they were doing up. Now that you're gone, all that shit's crumbling. It has crumbled. And they're stuck with their little bummy downgrades that they went to. And I mean bummy. Okay? These people cannot hold a candle to us. Like when I saw what they look like, oh my God. And they'll try to even get somebody, they swear that they look like you too. Oh my God. No. I'm talking about womp rats. You know what a womp rat is? Yeah, I don't know. Me either. That's just downgrade like a mug. You know why they downgrade? Because they need somebody that's on their level of nastiness, of disgust. They don't clean up after themselves. They're messy as hell. They don't wash dishes. They don't clean bathrooms. They don't. You know this trash can next to the bed? The shit would fill up and it would be there for like a month. I had to empty. Like, it's disgust. They live in disgust. They live in disgust. Complete in disgust. Okay? You don't want them back. Believe me. Because they haven't changed. And those are the type of people that never will change. And I can't even say it on prayers because I prayed for this person for 2 damn years. Even when I knew what was going on. I prayed for them for 2 whole years. I planted the seeds. Hey, if they ever grow or not, I give not one damn. I give not one damn. I don't. Do I hate them? No, absolutely not. Still love them. But I know who they are. I know who they are. And once you see and you know, you can't unsee and you can't unknow. It's hard to believe that they were that person, that they were that person. Like, I used to always say too, you're just like your brother. They got a twin brother. They would get furious when I said that. I wonder why. Because they are. So I love y'all, beloved. All right. I know that was a lot. In the quick minutes, I tried to give you quick. All right. I love y'all. Talk to y'all later. Peace.